just going down into the engine room where John's going to talk a little bit about what we have here.
Well, this is the engine room. Yeah, and so I have the generator here. It's a 10 kVA lugger engine by Northern Lights.
Yep.
And then I have the John Deere engine. I have the fuel filtration system over here. The two white fuel filters are the pre-filters, if you will, for the engine. And so you can swap them between the two. Only one of them is used at a time. And those are, just regular Raycor fuel water separators. And then I've got the this fuel filter here is for the generator. And what I've done when I rebuilt the boat or had it refitted, we took out a whole bunch of, and I say a whole bunch, I don't remember the exact number. I want to say it was 25 or 26, but I could be wrong about that. Through hole valves. And I replaced it all with a manifold here, and then I have a manifold up forward too that we'll look at in just a minute.
Okay.
But and I run all the systems off of two 2-inch through hole valves here, and so all those individual systems, the water maker, generator, main engine, and everything, those all had their own through hole valves previously, and so we took all those out. Just too many through hole valves. But yes, and so the generator, or excuse me, the main engine and the generator for that matter, they have these manifolds on them here that mix the exhaust with water like all boats have. This is the exhaust for the main engine. This does not get hot at all. You can touch this anytime during operation. It's not hot at all. You certainly wouldn't want to touch the engine, but the exhaust system is completely cool. And then I have a bilge pump here. I have it's manual or electric, and you can swap in between the two. And yeah, I have 3 bilges on the boat. One in the engine room, one amidships, and one forward. And yeah, and they're all exactly the same basically. Where you have a manual and also a electric automatic. And I have a water maker here. It's a water witch from Australia. It's 100 liters per hour, and it pulls water in from the manifold. Comes through a couple of different filter systems here, and then goes into a low pressure pump, a high pressure pump, and then there are a couple of big membranes here that it goes through and making the water, and it comes back through a carbon filter here before it goes into the water tanks. And this is the primary water pump for just taking showers, or in the sinks, or washing dishes, or washing clothes, or something like that. And then and this is a pressure tank for that. And then and the rest of these pumps, this is a high pressure pump for the water maker and a low pressure pump for the water makers down here. And then it's winter time, of course, and so I have a Webesto heater in here that keeps the boat at roughly whatever temperature I want it at. It usually keep it around 21, 22 degrees in the wintertime.
Perfect.
Yeah. And these are just little storage areas for, spare parts, things like that. Just different things that I have in here that I use on the boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got a fire control system in here. It's a CO2 activated system, and I've got it to where and I've got a safety catch in there now, so it won't work while we're sitting at the dock, unless I want to, but I have to pull that out. It's like a hand grenade pen.
Yeah.
And then up in the cockpit, I've got a line that you can pull to activate that, and it's a CO2 system here. Yeah, to get
cool.
It out.
Is that your hydraulic manifold over
yes,
there?
Yes, it is. This is the hydraulics for the steering, and for the autopilot. It's all hooked in here together.
Oh, okay.
I disconnected. I really don't understand this, to be quite honest with you. What this was, it was a lever that you could set up to where you can make the rudder move slower. or faster.
Interesting.
Now, why you would have that, I never understood why, and no one was ever able to give me an acceptable argument, so I just disconnected it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have thought that just has a 1-to-1 response.
That's exactly what I thought too.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's why I disconnected it. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I didn't understand it, so I wasn't going to put it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's it. But all this stuff is still there if anybody wants to use it. But
Sure.
I saw no reason to have it going. Yeah.
Alrighty. Thanks for that. Beautiful. That's pretty straightforward engine room. Just love that you have so much space to move around in it, and that you can actually close this off in the event of an emergency, having a separate bilge area.
I have a bilge area here in the engine room, and one, as I said, amidships, and then one up forward. Yeah.
Yeah, because that also, stops any, separates the engine room from the rest of the living area. So if you did have any spills or anything, those smells are contained.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Beautiful.
I'm getting ready to do a oil change in the main engine, and what I've done, and I could pull off some more stuff and show it to you, but what I've done, one thing I was worried about when I first put the engine in, whenever I change oil in my car, I always get oil inside the engine bay. And so what I did, I set up this so that the oil filter is actually mounted on the front bulkhead. And so the oil filter is up forward, so I can put a container underneath that, so when I pull that off, I don't spill any oil on the engine or below the engine. And so I have that up there set up like that. And then also I set this up so that to get the oil out of the sump, and also I can change the transmission the same way, I have a little hand pump here that I've set up so that you can just pump the oil out of the sump.
Oh, gotcha.
Either from the the engine, or you can flip a switch and pump it from the transmission. Either way.
By that valve there.
By that valve. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I set that up just to make it easy for myself, and I have the same thing set up on the generator as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Now the generator, to be fair, the oil filter is actually mounted on the side of the generator, and this engine holds 22 liters of oil, and
wow.
Yeah, exactly. But the generator is just like a car; it just holds 6 liters. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is a big engine. It's a very sturdy engine. It's only got 3,100 hours on it, something like that. It's practically new. It runs really well. Yeah.
It shows that you do a lot of sailing then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, it's a sailboat.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Beauty. Thanks for that engine room tour.
Sure.
Was there anything else you wanted to show us over here, the switchboards? Or?
So this switchboard just looks very fancy here. All it is a fuse box. I mean, realistically, that's all it is. And it's just for safety. I have it set up so all the services that are 220 volts are here on the bottom, and then all the services that are 12 volts are at the top, and then I have 24 volts in the middle, and then there's kind of a mixture down here in the bottom. And I have to say that I don't know why it was set up that way. I was here when it was being set up. I was going back and forth an awful lot, and I suppose had I thought about it, I'd kind of wonder, why are we having both 24 and 12 volts, in here? But we do. It's never been a problem. It's just the way it's set up. But I have 2 NavNet, 2 chart plotters and radar screens, one here, one up in the cockpit, and then I have AIS-A, and I also have a GPS tracker, and then the rest of the stuff. Starting the generator is here, starting the main engine is up in the cockpit up there. Yeah.
All right.
But this gives me the opportunity of isolating everything electrical on the boat.
Yeah, that's good.
I have a stereo system here, and then also a single sideband and a VHF. Now I have a VHF just like that up in the cockpit as well. And when we set the boat up, one VHF antenna is on the main mast, and one VHF antenna is on the mizzen mast.
Right.
And so if you happen to lose one mast, you'll still have
perfect.
a VHF. Yeah. So we set that up that way. There is something here obsolete, and that's the sat phone. Ever since Starlink, and even before Starlink really, but the sat phone is just, I don't even know if people use it anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since Starlink just made it a redundancy, I think.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Just call anyone on WhatsApp now.
And I have speakers throughout the boat, to run stereo or, whatever. I have this television I put in here. This was during COVID. Of course, we're all during lockdown, right? We can't go anywhere. And so I put that television in, and I don't actually watch television. I just look at movies on Starlink or something I download from my computer, but I don't use that for anything else.